Hey, members and patrons, just wanted to record a quick little behind the scenes video before the end of March, like I do before the end of every month. Hope you all are doing well. I'm having to look at where I am in the frame. I'm a little low. Let me see if I can fix that. It's a little bit better. Hope you guys are doing well. This has been kind of a hectic month, but not necessarily in a bad way. Just the usual kind of. Actually, I guess every month can be described as hectic because I've always got multiple different projects going on at the same time. Uh, so in terms of, well, basically what I'll do in this vlog, in case you're new here, is I will, by the way, welcome, is I will kind of go over what has happened this month on my channel, the video releases and whatnot. I'll talk about what's going on behind the scenes, and I will give a brief preview of what you can expect in the coming weeks or coming months, and potentially beyond. So really the big project that that has been in development, not really in development, really towards the end of production on it, is the Discovery retrospective. I have had my editor, Tim, and also Kenzie's been helping out as well, putting that behemoth together. If you are a patron or member at the $25 level or above, you have access currently to the rough cut of that video. It's 2 hours long. So when I drop that thing, which is it's coming, it should be coming in April. The watch time, I'm hoping it should go crazy, because I need a boost, need a boost in the algorithm, uh, and that I think that series being kind of like the go-to for people who have issues with new Trek, with modern Trek. I think that should automatically generate some clicks just based on that alone. And I think I'm very fair and balanced in my criticisms throughout the video. So it's not like I'm having a lot of really big contrarian takes. I do have one contrarian take, at least probably more than one contrarian take, but one major contrarian take in the video. But I don't really expect that it should generate a lot of controversy. In the same way that some of my other videos may or may not have. But I'm really looking forward to dropping that. I think that you guys will enjoy it. It's kind of a journey. That video is taken like 6 months to make, and so I'm really looking forward to putting it out. And once again, big thanks to Architects of Fate for sponsoring that video, as they have been doing for all my retrospectives. Speaking of the retrospectives, something else that you can expect coming. Well, I don't know. I won't set a release window for it just yet, but coming down the road, what's being worked on is a Voyager retrospective. For a long time, people in my audience have been wanting me to cover Voyager, like I've covered DS9 and Enterprise and all the other shows, and I've held off on it for a multitude of reasons. It's kind of contributed to this idea that I don't like Voyager, that I think it's a bad show. Neither of those things is true. It's just I have not been able to figure out until recently how I would cover that show in a way where I'm adding something to the conversation, or at the very least, just not doing a series episode by episode, plot summary, which I find that to be one of the weaker aspects of my retrospectives when I do that. Even though a lot of people do enjoy them, it's not universal. But I always want them to be more than that. I always want my retrospectives to be more than that. Um, Also, so that's being edited now. As I tease, well, actually, I think I've already kind of talked about that on my last vlog that I did with Kinsey. Also, mapping Voyager is Well, that will be coming shortly afterwards, and I think that a lot of you guys are going to be really excited about that as well. Um, I've also watched recently, just rewatched the Kelvin movies, and I have a script about that that is in an early stage of production right now. It's been shot. It has not been edited yet, but it will be. So we're knocking these out one after another. And the reason that I'm doing that, and I've been in talks with Wayne over at Architects about, the frequency of these retrospectives, and how that's going to correlate with their sponsorship of my videos and the time frame of all of that. The reason that I'm trying to get these knocked out quickly, and I'll Picard will probably be next, is because I really think that it's in my best interest to, put out those like those kinds of retrospective videos sooner rather than later, because they're really one of the only kinds of videos these days, to be honest, y'all, that people are clicking on my channel. The map videos are kind of inconsistent, but I'm fairly optimistic about mapping Voyager. Knock on wood, I have to do that quite a bit over here. But I'm at 89,000 subscribers. I need to get to 100K. I need to get to 100K. And it's not just a vanity thing. It's not just a pride thing. I swear to God. I swear to God, it's not just that. Although it is partially that, of course. Obviously, I want the silver play button. Duh. Duh. But verification on YouTube is another perk that comes at 100K subs, and that's very important because I've actually had impersonators, I've had imposters, uh, who've going around parading as me. I am at the size where I'm still a relatively small channel, all things considered, which is why I'm so happy that you all are supporting me at this level. But I'm at the size where that is a thing that's happening. That is, I am more or less a public figure, at the very least, in the context of the Star Trek, YouTube sphere. Like, people know of me at the very least. So, but also, yeah, maybe it is a pride thing too. What if I do just want to be able to brag about it? Is that so bad? Have I not earned it? I know I'm supposed to be humble, but damn it, I think, really, I would be more humble if it weren't for the fact that I really do think that over the past like year and a half, with YouTube's new CEO Neil Mohan coming in and kind of making changes to how the algorithm works. Again, this is not like a conspiracy theory. This is just stuff that is openly talked about. Is like, they're pushing more discoverability towards shorts to compete with TikTok. And shorts, I don't know how many of you know this, but shorts, they do not make the same amount of revenue per per minute, per second, of runtime as a video does. So I should rephrase that. um the CPMs and the RPMs, this is ad terminology, the amount that is extracted in ad revenue from a short that goes to creators, tiny, 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 because TikTok, Instagram, these other sites where you upload like the vertical content, the vertical format content, uh, they generate ad revenue, but the creators, they don't really see that. They don't really see it. Honestly, YouTube Shorts is a little bit better because there's some revenue generated, but it's like 1% of what a normal video would be. So even if I uploaded a minute long video that had a uh, a pre-roll and a post-roll, I would be making more on that than uh, than a short. Now that, some people will then go on to ask, well, why don't you upload those instead of shorts? Because people hate shorts. And listen, I understand. I watch shorts from people I'm subscribed to, but I don't really seek them out. Uh, but the answer is that YouTube treats watch time for videos and streams and shorts differently. or actually, I should say they treat shorts and videos differently. They treat stream VODs like uploads, which is weird because um, that that means that streaming on if you're like a big creator or even a small really a creator of any kind, streaming on your main channel actually has deleterious effects. It can actually negatively impact your growth because it's affecting like what YouTube is like pushing out in the recommendations to people. And if you see a VOD, a live stream VOD in your recommendations, I mean, even if you clicked on it, like, the they're they're so long that they're not going to get, like, even if you listen to them to go to sleep at night, like, they're not going to get the same like turnover of like or conversion rate of subscribers that a regular video has. So just the way that YouTube treats VODs is just stupid. But all of that is to say, I actually kind of forgot where I was going with that, if I can be perfectly honest with you. Um, yeah. Well, let's just move on to the next topic. I'm looking over at my notes. Um, so yeah, yeah, okay, I need to grow. I need to grow. I want to grow. Um, but in addition to the Star Trek videos, some of the other one-offs that I have planned, I want to, and I've talked about this before with my audience, I want to become one of those YouTubers who can upload a video just once every little while, maybe like a few times a year. I would probably not go, less than monthly, because I would kind of feel bad charging patrons for monthly, donations or pledges if I didn't, put out at least one original video a month. But I want to become one of those YouTubers who can just upload a topic on just or upload a video on just any random topic, and it automatically gets like a baseline amount of views, like 100K views. But in order to do that, you need to have like a million subs, and I'm less than a tenth of the way there. But that is to say that I want to start exploring more one-off topics. This is not, me abandoning Star Trek. I think that Star Trek is always going to be a core part of my channel's identity. My identity as a person always will be. But and as long as Paramount keeps releasing new material, I'll have stuff to talk about, of course. And I haven't even started doing retrospectives on Strange New Worlds. Like, there's logical next steps for me to do in these in this series. But man, y'all, I'm sorry, but I want to talk about other things too. I want to, and not just, not just other film and TV, although that is also a thing. Like, I have floated the idea. I'm not promising any dates or anything for this, but like, hypothetically, I could make a Fallout video. Hypothetically, I could make a Three Body Problem video. Just, just throwing those out there. Um, Shit, even Babylon 5, people want to see me do that. Again, each of those topics, like it'll take me, like, it takes time to come up with an idea that I think is actually worth pursuing for those. But I'm also talking about real world stuff. Uh, the dating video that I just released, um, the video on like the remaster on Teched Out as well. Um, and I'm trying to think what are some other recent. I think in 2025, those are like the most recent ones that I've done. But even last year, the John Titor video, um, forget however it's pronounced, uh, the John Titor video, that was like an urban legend, right? But it was kind of relating to the real world. We live in D world. Uh, even Bloodborne, right? Just different properties. Yeah, Bloodborne, not real life, but just one-off topics is what I'm getting at. I have ideas. In fact, y'all, I will tease this now. Actually, I just got through recording part of a video essay about Japan's Lost Decades. Now, some of you guys, a lot of you guys, probably don't even know what the hell that means, but it's a topic that interests me, damn it. And so, like, I worry though that I'm gonna start uploading some of these things and they're not going to get clicked on because my audience has this expectation that I'm like the Star Trek guy, and I want to shed that. And it's because I want to try to drill into people's heads. And I know I'm starting to get a little aggressive with this language here, but like, I want to drill into people's heads. Like, you can, like, it's possible to be interested in more than one thing at a time. You know, like, I'm a human being, and I have a diverse set of interests. And you know, maybe I just want to make a video about Japan's lost decades, just because, you know. So, but my, you know, Tighter performed pretty well for a one-off video on my channel. So that's why I'm cautiously optimistic about some of these. Like, it's all RNG. A lot of this stuff is random. You know, you don't know what's going to blow up in the algorithm. Um, you know, I'm not trying to compare myself to other YouTubers, um, but like, you know, Rowan J. Coleman's, you know, recent videos on Star Trek's economy, like some of them, you know, have like hundreds of thousands of views, even though he and I are relatively close in sub count. And then, you know, I upload the same thing and it gets like 20K. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is like, you know, I might as well just upload whatever I want in the future. But the Star Trek retrospectives, like, believe me, guys, I've still got hours of content left to cover on that. Um, so, I mean, again, you know, it was going to run out eventually because there's only a finite number. But I think that the Star Trek retrospectives are also like some of the only kinds of Star Trek videos that people are going to click on these days as well. Unfortunately, alien biology, and stuff like that, future tech, like those series have been kind of dead on my channel for a long time, even with new entries like I, you know, have in 2024. And even as, you know, even in like 2023, it was kind of, you know, on the way out. But you know, I want, I need to make money. I need, like, this is my job. I need to come up with ideas that I think are going to be conducive to growth. But I do think that after I hit 100K, I think that is going to offer me a sort of peace of mind where I'm not going to be so worried about growth. I mean, obviously, I would love to have a million subs, but, and I could, you know, I could eat these words later, but I think that after I hit 100K, it would allow me to kind of diversify even more and take my time with certain projects, maybe make them more feature length, perhaps, if we're going for like monthly uploads. You know, like, I want my videos to be events. Right now, there's my schedule's still a little, excuse me, still a little crowded, but I want them to be events in the long run. And I think they will. I have a, I don't know. I just have a good feeling about this year, but we'll see. You know, there's going to be some disappointments, but I think there will also be surprises because that's what life is. That's what life is. Um, but in terms of some of the other well, not one-offs, but the side projects that are going on, we have Endurance issue 3 is still being worked on. CJ and Sean are hard at work getting the last string of pages illustrated for that. And that you should see a trailer in May with a release of that issue. Again, this is for patrons and members only. The issue release for now, of May or June. But we've had some scheduling hiccups, but ultimately I don't think that they're going to necessarily result in the actual issue being delayed. We're just going to be working closer to the deadline. But I mean, again, that stuff happens in you know, all the time. So it is what it is. We, you know, we're all busy. People have got lives. You know, this is this is not, you know, this is definitely, you know, one of my you know, passion projects. You know, this, so however it gets done it, is as long as I can tell the story. And I will say that I think, because I'm going to cut it off at 3 issues, because it is, unfortunately, it's getting harder to justify the cost of it, because I've been digging into savings for this. So uh, with no return, in terms of, not being able to monetize it because it's not my IP. But I I do have other adventures with the Endurance crew, like beyond these 3 issues. This is a little condensed from the story that I actually did want to tell, but I do hope it is entertaining for people nonetheless. Um, some of you will also probably remember that very recently I've had some trouble with my internet. I tried to stream, and it wasn't happening. Uh, Long story short, we have a temporary fix, or I should say, a band aid solution. I think really ultimately what it is just Comcast sucks. Like, I don't know how else to put it, but we have a band-aid solution in place. So I've got to stream on April 5th, of course, first contact day, and I'm going to be doing a fundraiser for my Discovery video. So I'm not I, I was trying to scale back on the fundraisers, but some of these projects are just so immense that I really do need you guys' support to help with the cost of editing. And those of you who are patrons here, and I hardly even expect any of you guys to donate beyond your monthly pledge. Like, you're already helping me out, and I massively, and I want to make my gratitude perfectly clear. But um yeah, I mean, these things cost money to make, and so the cost of editing is like, it's a 2-hour video. Like, so I do want to see if I can pull off some fundraising on stream as well. And then beyond that, I have and well, and Kinsey and I will maybe do some more gaming stuff as well, in the medium term. So you can keep your eyes peeled for that. I'll post stuff in the Discord and on community tab and social media and stuff, so you can keep track of that. But I have another project that is I feel like I've teased it before. I won't get into specifics of it, but I'm get starting to move into pre-production mode on it a little bit. Um, and it's going to be a while. It's going to be another big, massive, massive, long video. I'm not even certain it's going to come out this year, actually. But I'm really excited about it. It's also going to be very expensive, which is why I'm anticipating I'll be doing some fundraisers for it as well. And so, yeah, you guys have a lot of that stuff to look forward to. So just to recap real quick, oh yeah, I didn't even really talk about what I actually released this month. The Mapping Kirk's Trek Supercut. It's kind of expecting that to do a little bit better in terms of views, but I guess that's essentially the only video I have released so far in March. But I've been swapping some stuff around. You guys will get another video essay before the end of the month, which sheesh, by the way, hold on, when is this coming out? Huh, maybe I should release this today, actually. Okay. When I'm recording this, well, either before or after, you will either have this coming up, or you will have seen it, another video essay, kind of a follow-up to my Trek Economy video. I have a very, very, very important update coming on April 1st. And I then after that, first contact day, um, stream, and then Discovery. And then beyond that, I think maybe my Lost Decades video will be one of the next ones. But in future months, more retrospectives, Mapping Voyager as well. And then beyond that, I'll leave that as a surprise. And then, Endurance issue 3 should arrive in May or June. and some more streams in gaming streams in between all of that. So hope you guys are looking forward to that. Thank you for indulging me with this. I never know if these vlogs are like scatterbrained, but I'm just excited about what's going on. It's been stressful because mainly because of sponsors, really, but also just juggling projects is tough. But I'm hoping that one day I can kind of get out of that cycle where I can actually just go back to maybe like one video at a time. But we'll see. I do think that doing as much as I can to try to juice my growth to get to 100K sooner is worthwhile. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching this. Thank you all for the support that you give me, and I will see you in the next video, I guess. Live long and prosper.